Normally, I plan these voiceovers, but I figured I'd give this a try, where I just kind of comment as I'm watching the footage, kind of like a peanut gallery sort of commentary. But anywho, the book. This is a scrapbook that I had picked up from DAISO not too long ago. It's just a small scrapbook, like 5" by 7". It has 15 sheets, making 30 pages. And I liked it because it had black pages, and I thought that will be different from anything else that I'm using for journals at this time, anyway. So from edge to edge, it's about 5" by 7". The thing is, the binding is with cording. So that makes it a little tricky to utilize all of the width. It's not a big deal. Just pointing that out. This particular piece right here is a piece of ephemera that came with my order from AliExpress, and there was a video about that some weeks ago too. And it's just some vintage reproduction ephemera. There's nothing specific to Poe here. It's just from about the same time period, 1800s. I thought it was a nice decorative element. The pink sticker that up there, Dance Deluxe, that is a reference to the masked ball from The Mask of the Red Death. It's a bit of a stretch, but there's a little bit of a connection there. And I was really lucky that producer Mike had these black and white stickers that were really cool, kind of a little bit gothic, a little bit edgy. There were some Poe-related things in there too. So there's a few stickers from that set that he had that I used in this spread, including this one. Oh, yeah, and this one. This is the Plague Doctor. And again, this is another nod to the Mask of the Red Death. Because, I don't think I'm spoiling anything by saying that the Mask of the Red Death was about plague. I don't really remember what the time period was supposed to be in that story. My guess is that image of the Plague Doctor perhaps might not be of the right time period. I'm not positive. It's been a long time since I've read much of Poe, and I have not read all of his works. It's for the modern reader, I think it's not exactly easy to get through. I mean, he's obviously not that old. His writings, like I said, were from the, I believe it was the mid-1800s. So it's not Chaucer. We're not talking about Middle English. I love that little ghostly hand there. Looks very creepy. Makes me think of Edward Gorey. Seriously? Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, I got a little frustrated with the stickers there. stickers are a little too sticky. I don't know. Is that really a viable complaint? I decided to not be so aggressive with my editing on this session, on this video. I thought it might be a little nicer, a little more relaxing without all of the quick cuts that I did in the last video. You can see a little more of the process and hear a little more of the sounds in the background. I forgot that one wasn't a sticker. I had cut that out of the Halloween ephemera book that producer Mike got for me a couple of weeks ago. Not a couple of weeks ago, several weeks ago, I think. But the video I uploaded a couple of weeks ago. So the heart is a nod to the telltale heart. And this sticker just says Mode de Paris. And that's just an oblique reference to the murders of the murders in the Rue Morgue. And the story took place in Paris. Now, I believe that was the story that's been credited with starting the detective story. Whereas before, there really weren't detective stories. So it inspired later fictional detectives, such as Sherlock Holmes and Hercule Poirot. And once again, I pulled out my antiquarian sticker book because it has these really cool skeleton stickers there. I don't really associate that image with any particular story, although it probably could fit a few. So this is where the painting I had done in the previous episode comes in. I had painted this piece specifically for this project. It's an image of Athena. I found an image of a statue online as a reference and just kind of did my own version there. But there's a reference to Athena in The Raven, because there's a passage that mentions the raven sitting on the bust of Pallas, which is another name for that Athena goes under. The blank parchment strip there, I had plans to write on that, so that's why I'm trying to place everything where it's going to work, or but also look good. I am pretty pleased with the left side of the spread. I can't really think of anything I would change there, possibly. But the right side, afterwards, I was thinking I should have done things differently. These stickers don't have any direct correlation with the subject. I just thought they'd be pretty and kind of add a little bit of color. Now, this type of sticker, it's a little bit see-through, a little bit translucent, transparent. And I think they're sometimes referred to as washi stickers. I don't know if that's accurate or not. I think the paper, I guess it behaves kind of like washi tape, I guess. I've heard the term sulfur paper. I don't know if that's accurate either. But I like the little bit. I like how they're not entirely opaque. I like. It doesn't. I don't think it worked that great over this black paper background, but in general, for layering purposes, I do like the semi-transparency of it. And this piece here is another piece from the Halloween ephemera book. So yeah, so there were several spots there that I made sure to leave some space for writing. And instead of this being like a personal journal, I decided to just make it strictly visual, but also in the case of Poe, obviously, I wanted to include some direct passages from his writings. So that's why I left space, several spots for text. This first passage here is from the Fall of the House of Usher. I forgot how to spell irredeemable, I think. There's no whiteout for this sort of work. So the passage says, it might be hard to read, an air of stern, deep, and irredeemable gloom hung over and pervaded all. Is that not, like, cool? Is that not? I think it's cool. So yeah, so once again, I was using the glass dip pen that I received a few weeks ago. And I've been using it mostly for my journaling work. And with the lighting, I think you'll see that it sometimes looks shiny from the wet ink, so that's not an indication of skipping or a problem with the ink or anything. It's just the lighting might get a little bit of glare on the wet ink. So, but it worked fine. This is one of the inks that came with the pen. And although it's not waterproof ink, I didn't really have a need for waterproof ink with this collage work, so it was not a problem. So I liked the idea of using the colored ink, this red in particular, that came with the set, instead of the usual black ink that I generally use. That would have worked fine too, I think, visually, but something a little different this time. So yeah, that was the spread. I could have put a more thought into it, especially this right hand side. I think it looks a little messy. But it was fun, and wow, I'm looking forward to doing more spreads in this book because it's going to be the creepy collage book project for this season. Anyway, I really enjoyed that, and hope you guys did too. Until next time, stay artsy, my friends.